I'm sorry, my nose itchy.
Hey everyone, NXT just went off the air and we are Unpopular Review, the NXT review show, and we are going to go on the air. There's so much to talk about. There was an open challenge for the North American Championship. There was a tag team match. The women really showcased a lot on this show. A superhero fought a walker, and we had the main event. Well, it was the big boy against him. And we're going to get into all of that right after the big intro that the executive never fixed. So, intro. Wow, that intro is so fast. But hey, everybody, welcome to Unpopular View, the NXT edition. I'm one of your hosts, BadGuy Jack, joining and returning from the quantum universe is Shay Sawyer. Shay, why don't you tell the lovely people, how are you?
I'm good. I got caught in a time vortex. I'm totally fine though.
Yeah, time. That's what that was, right? It was a time vortex. I didn't know. I just knew that they went and saw another universe and.
Well, no. See, Scott went to the time vortex when he aged 5 years. Remember that was.
Right.
Where they went, it was the quantum. That was actually the quantum realm where it was like they didn't age.
No, they didn't, and they knew that. Oh my God, I always mix what the mother's name is, but she was totally killing.
Janet.
Damn it, Janet. But yes, what up, George?
We got George. Why don't you put some of these comments and you get ready?
Hi, George. How are you today? Yes, it was solid for sure.
Mm-hmm. Who else we got here in the chat?
Hi, Jessica. I'm so glad you're here. How are you?
Greetings, Jessica. What else we got?
JL. Oh my God. A bunch of comments just popped up out of nowhere. It scared me.
I am laughing because this guy last week, he was a star. He said Braun carried WWE again. And he wasn't even really on the show tonight, but okay. He carried
it with his barking.
All right, well, okay. Well, we know you're back. Now, for the longest time last week, we the chat thought that JL was you, but you're here, so I guess that's not the case. What else we got? Hello, Unpopular View fan. Hey, it's Mike Briggs. Oh my God, I feel like it's been a long time since we've seen this guy. How's the Unpopular View fans? He's asking how you guys are, so you should tell him how you guys are. Got the Sawyer Squad. All right.
Yeah, I stole the Wakanda sign. We're working on something else, but for now, we do this for the Sawyer Squad.
I would be careful because I see what Shuri and they breaking
for the last day of Black History Month. Ebo Bay, say
it. Ebo Bay, yeah, there we go. Ebo Bay. You got to put more stuff. Ebo Bay, but I don't want no one calling and sitting there saying, "Are you all right?"
I hit my chest too hard.
No, leave that to me. Hold on, give me a minute. I got you.
There we go.
My government. This is crazy. Thank you, Mike. Lindsay Davis. I have to look into that. She has good hair choices. But are you ready to get into NXT?
Yes, I just wanted to confirm that to my mother that nothing is going wrong here because anytime I yell, she gets very concerned.
As you should. Always keep the mother's, emotions at bay and make sure she's.
Yeah, I would think I would like to believe that my mother would know at a certain age that I just yell a lot. I probably should stop doing that. That's going to be my New Year's resolution for 2023.
To stop yelling?
Nah. So we open up. We have a open challenge. We have one. Let's put a picture out here. We have Wes Lee. Wes Lee's a fighting champion, right? I mean, he pretty much is like, hey, I'm the champion, and I want to take on anybody who thinks they could beat me. I missed a little bit about the first, I would say 2-3 minutes of it because my TV did something weird. It was just green. I don't know why it was just green. It was green. I had to reset it. So when I was watching it and I saw it was Nathan, was it Fraser? Fraser Nathan, right? Because he got 2 first names. I always struggle with the people with the 2 first names, right?
It's Nathan Fraser.
I'm trying. All right. Can we sit here? Someone is H-Man in the chat. Give me 5 points. It was H-Man. I miss H-Man. I hope he's in the chat. I hope he's doing all right. But Nathan Fraser, he accepts the challenge. So I missed a lot of stuff here because apparently Axiom was going to get in the ring, and then he was stopped by Hank Walker, and then a bunch of other things happened. Dabble-Kato tried to get in the ring, and Apollo Crews stopped him, and I just don't even understand. I guess the visual of Apollo Crews stopping this big man is just hilarious to me. But when I saw it was Wes Lee and Nathan Fraser, I said, wow, I'm not writing any of these moves down because they're just too quick to be trying to write down all these counters, all these moves. I just know there was a lot of speed. There was a lot of kicks. Nathan Fraser, in case you guys didn't know, he was trained by one Seth freaking Rollins. And if you don't know that, because he does that, it's like a suplex into the Falcon's arrow, I believe that's what he does.
Yeah.
Or it might be like the reverse, because sometimes he does the reverse suplex into, I guess it's something else. And this match was good. Wes Lee gets another impressive win against Nathan Fraser. It's great to see him back. I didn't even realize he's been going since October. They mentioned that he's been out since October. So it's good that he got out there. I think he losing in style. It doesn't make him look bad. I hope that they do a little bit more with him. Would you like to see more of Nathan Fraser or Fraser Nathan?
Of course, loud. Of course I would. He's super talented, and I was wondering where he was the whole time, but I'm glad he's back, and I'm excited to see where things go because, I mean, he's just talented, and you want to root for him.
Someone mentioned about his beard and hair. Good look, by the way. Grow your hair out. If you could do it, grow your hair out. Don't be a part of the Ball Syndicate. So.
Oh my God. And don't forget when he busted his head on the commentary table. That was like, I literally screamed. I screamed out loud. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, that didn't look as bad as that one clip from the Indies where someone fell from the balcony. But this clip where he jumped from the turnbuckle and he hits his head on the not apron, I'm sorry, on the table. I said, yeah. Might want to slow it down there, Fraser. Just slow it down just a little bit. But it was a good match and an impressive win by Wes Lee. They shake hands. There's respect. Fraser later in the night, he's supposed to have an interview. I call it the Baron Corbin, where they're getting ready to interview him, and then they're like, "Oh, something more important is happening," and they just like leave him. And then they showed. We're gonna get into Wendy Chu in a bit, but I believe that they are onto this joke at this point. They have to be onto the joke. But let's talk about the segment about JD McDonough. He talks about his eye retina, and he talks about how his eye, the damage that his eye went through, and all the, I don't want to say signs, but all the terms of how his eye, he went through this stuff and the pain he went through. And he talks about Dragunov, talking about how he takes pain, which is true because Dragunov is the weirdest. He's not even the weirdest wrestler because Mick Foley was known for that. Like, you throw him on thumbtacks and he would smile. I don't think Dragunov would do that. I don't think he would smile. I think he would get up. We got Gigi Dolin should get an Oscar. I'll get a one-on-one match with her former tag team partner because honestly, what her former tag team partner did absolutely makes me sick to my stomach. This tea when you're sick, you should take some tea. But we're gonna get into that too later. I mean, that's probably not too far off. But we get Hank Walker. This is why I said I missed the first few minutes. But Hank Walker, he's backstage. He's getting interviewed. He's talking about how when he saw Charles Dempsey and oh man, I'm so mad I'm blanking on my man's name here. What was his partner? What was his former trainer?
Drew Gulak?
The last Drew. He saw red. He saw red and he just wanted to show that he belongs. Because there's some people, I'm not gonna call no names, but some people just sit here and think he doesn't belong. But I think Hank Walker belongs. I think he's trying. Looked like he lost a little bit of weight.
Trying to get on my nerves.
That don't take much, honestly.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Don't lie. Don't lie. Because no. I'm just mad because he comes out and he's putting his hands on Axiom unprovoked. First of all, keep your hands to yourself. keep your hands to yourself. How
Yeah.
dare you? And he's like, Zooey, I just want to prove myself to people. Why do you want to? Is Hank
Damn
outside?
it, Vin Diesel!
Is Hank outside? He wants to prove himself to people. First of all, Drew left you like a pretzel after, you know, Charlie had his way with you, and you want to prove yourself? It's embarrassing at this point.
Why'd you say like that when he had his way with him? Like he just like
He
what does that
did.
even mean? The way that does not even sound nice to
It's a French publication.
Oh, that is terrible. She's the worst. But Axiom puffs his chest at him without the turtleneck. I didn't recognize Axiom without the turtleneck. I do want to throw that out there. But they're gonna have a match later in the night. But we have Indus Sher against Jensen and Briggs. Jensen's head is not into the game. You know, he's in love. You know, he feels like his relationship is falling apart. You know, he feels like you know, when the Titanic hit the iceberg, it's just falling apart. Sad. In case you're not getting my reference, sad days. Briggs is trying to, you know, hype up his man because Briggs is a good friend. Briggs is the kind of guy that he's welcome to the table of Jack because he's a good guy. And there's not too many people that could be at my table because it's one chair. So good for Briggs. Only one chair because that's all I could afford. It's only all I can afford. What do you want from me? You muted yourself,
No,
Omar.
I caught it. Be quiet. Quiet. How are you sitting there? Are you just not sitting? If it's only one chair?
Oh, I'm sorry. I should make it clear. There's two. Well, you don't know what I could do. Maybe I'm floating. You don't know that. Maybe I went to the School of Mystic Arts.
You want to be an Avenger so bad. Like,
I am an Avenger. I'm the last Avenger. How dare you? Matter of fact, keep watching this stuff. We're going to take out King the Conqueror. It's going to be me standing over him. But, you know, Jensen's head is just not into the game. Briggs is telling him, like, you know, all things are going to be good. Let's get this W. And this shit tears these guys apart. That's really what it is. Like, it tears them apart. You can see Jensen's head is not into the game. When he's trying to tag, he's looking the other way. And when it's time for them to do the double team moves, Jensen is like 5 seconds behind. Briggs, you can see how annoyed he's getting. I would have not blamed Briggs for turning heel on his boy because his boy was not really doing anything. He was useless. You know, very, very useless. I was trying to think of a reference, but I'm sorry, guys. I let you down. But Indus Sher gets the win. I mean, they dominated them like how just dominated these guys. Jensen gets pinned. He gets the L. Indus Sher calls out the Creed brothers for next week for Roadblock. And it looks like it's going to be a 6-person time. You know, not for nothing. When I saw Jinder Mahal get the mic, I said, he's still here? Like, and this is not even like an insult to Jinder Mahal. I think they kind of complement each other and it gives him something to do. But I thought after that L from Braun Breaker, I said, oh, okay, maybe now we could just, you know, stop. But we're still doing this. And it looked like it's going to be a 6-person tag. We're going to get into that later. But what did you think about this match? And the floor is yours, madam.
Yeah, it was pretty short and sweet. Obviously, Jensen was super distracted. This is all Fallon's fault because she don't know how to mind her business. And I'm mad that she wasn't even there to, like, take the heat. She just, like, gone. You just ruin everything and then you're gone. Like, that's crazy to me. Yeah, Briggs might need to drop Jensen because I feel like every other week it's a new thing with him. It's a new thing that he's distracted by. I'm over it. Honestly. Kiana, call him back. Call him back now.
No. Because she was looking for a man, not trying to be babysitting. This is not an episode of Rugrats, all right? Like, if you want that, you can watch that on Paramount Plus. Not the new one. That one looked like crap. I'm going to be quite frank. The 3D. I hate when they remake stuff. But if you want the Rugrats, you can watch that stuff as the classic. So, sorry, Jensen. You have to grow up. Sometimes you scrape your knee, but what you do is you put peroxide, clean it up, put a Band-Aid on it, and you go through life. That's what I was told. Or whatever that fortune cookie said. We have Wendy's Jew. We have hey, I like this guy. This guy's all right. What's going on, Crazy Joe? Hope all is well. We're supposed to have free pancake day, but we're going to replan it. Not with the free pancake stuff, but pancakes. Because pancakes are great. But Wendy Chu, she's attacked. This was the segment I was talking about earlier with when they were trying to interview Nathan Fraser or Fraser Nathan. It's one of the two. The last Nathan. Do not yell at me. Do not yell at me.
Nathan Fraser.
Can you not yell at me on the
Enough
podcast?
is enough.
No. I've had enough. And why is this hair sticking out? No one told me this. This is bad. But he's about to get interviewed. And they realize something more important happening because Katana runs and said, something's happened to Wendy outside. And and it didn't, and he said, something happened to Wendy outside. You see her on the floor, she's in pain. And once again, the NXT parking lot is the most dangerous place in all of sports entertainment, professional wrestling, however you want to call it. It is dangerous. Cap, I don't like agreeing with you because you don't make good points, but you actually made a good point on your tweet. You said, well, look, at this point, you guys are doing this willingly. Take the floor.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, how many more attacks until you start taking a helicopter to work?
Yes.
I would have to pay for it. Think about it. Paying for a helicopter to go to work, paying for medical bills.
Mm-hmm. No.
I go this way. I'm just saying because it's just becoming ridiculous at this point. I feel like it's Kaden and Katana because what do y'all be doing but being around, talking
You
crap?
feel that way, right? I feel that way. There's a part of me that feels like, yeah, that it's them. They're trying to once again. But look, I want my flowers. You know what? You yelled at me one time. I want flowers. I don't know what kind, but I want some flowers, or tacos. Well, I've been saying for the longest time. First off, don't give me an attitude. But for the longest time, you said, "Oh, look, it's got to be Kaden and Katana," and I've been saying for the longest time they've been cosplaying as baby faces. I've caught it. I've seen it. Didn't need glasses to see it. I saw it because I have X-ray vision. I went to X-ray vision school, so I want those points. H-Man, I miss H-Man. You guys know.
I'm so glad you're silent today.
I'm trying to look. George became my best friend last week. George, give me 5 points. But yeah, I called it. But we had Gigi. I thought the segment was really good. This was great. She comes out to the Toxic Attraction theme. So that's the last time we're gonna hear that theme, which is great because I was never really a fan of the Toxic Attraction theme.
Hater.
But you was a fan of that theme.
It was all right.
Yeah, I mean, are you gonna sit here and make it? Let me ask you. Is it making your top 10, top 15?
No.
Okay. Is it making your? You know what? That's not.
Doesn't mean it wasn't good still.
That's fair. That's fair.
A lot of music in wrestling, okay?
Hold on. Let's highlight. No. Let's not highlight it. Look at that. Yes. Thank you, George.
George, why is it you?
George is my best friend. George is my best friend. It was a matter of time. George, I'm giving you a virtual hug, buddy. Me and you, we're going for the tag team championships. Me and you, buddy.
He did.
Oh my gosh.
It got me.
It got cremated, yeah. That's pretty much what. The way your laugh about it just makes it even. But she speaks from the heart. I saw a lot of people saying, where was this Gigi all along? But you got to remember, too, Gigi was playing a heel for the longest time. So now you're getting the babyface stuff. And I thought she went out there, she delivered. I thought she did a really great job. I'm not familiar with her stuff as a babyface. I know she's been around the world. I'm just not super familiar with her stuff outside WWE. But her speaking from the heart, talking about her mother's abuse, bringing some realism to it, talking about how she ran away as a teen and trying to make it to WWE so her and her brother could have a decent life, saying, I shared all that stuff. I shared all that stuff with JC Jane, and she knew all this stuff. And so I just thought it was really good. I don't think I'm doing any justice when I'm talking about this. I'm talking about also that JC Jane is not the first person to ever portray her, someone that she loved. You're a big supporter of Gigi. I think you should totally take the floor, Captain. What did you think about this segment?
I was living because I knew that Gigi always had this in her, and I feel like a lot of people are always trying to come at her mic skills and whether if she could evoke emotion, and clearly she showed she can do both very well tonight. Like, she has her own way of talking, her own way that she conveys things, and I love that. She's so authentic. She don't like she has this whispery thing, but then she gets really excited and starts like talking and like a lot of gritting. I'm just living for it, and I just loved how she gave the story more legs to stand on, honestly, because it did have a foundation, but her kind of delving in and giving that a little bit more meat to it, adding in her past trauma, it just made it even better. And she did it in a short amount of time. I loved it. I was like, she was barely out there. She said, boom, I'm out here, get it done, leave. Shorter time than JC, and I feel like she kind of one-upped her, personally.
I think the story when she broke out the story, that definitely wound up her. And also too, short and sweet is a lot of times that's the best way to go. Even when she was out there, she said, yeah, unlike JC Jane, I don't like to hear the my voice just not run, but I don't like to hear the sound of my voice and just run on and on and on. So a lot of times that short and sweet delivered, and she did a really great job. So I good on her. She says next. Yes, ma'am.
I wanted to touch on this question from RJ. That is so true. I did not even think about that. Wendy was an eyewitness in the parking lot when Nikita was attacked. She was in the car. So it makes sense that the person would also attack Wendy. RJ, you are.
RJ is on it. Good job, man. Good job. The Brooklyn Savage. Don't want to mess with that guy. The Brooklyn Savage. That's dangerous. Yes. But they're going to have a match next week. They're going to be, she says you're going to put the nail in the coffin in the toxic attraction, which honestly, the nail in the coffin was long ago, but I get what she means. And they will be battling at a roadblock. What else do we have there? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sick and I'm also laughing. This Chase U segment cracked me the hell up. I'm sorry. This was humor. I started laughing. Duke, he apologized to Thea. Talked about last week where he said she needs to grow up. She says, all right, people say things when they don't mean it. And Duke said, no, I meant what I said. So Duke bringing the 411, the realism. Love it. I'm a fan of real. Sorry, people who watch Nick Jr. But Chase U, Chase, as he's getting ready to deliver his teacher's class, Schism just pops up on the TV. Hey, Chase U. I said, what the hell am I watching? And then they just break down. They talk about how Chase U is just this. It's a terrible school. It's awful. Andre Chase is an awful teacher. Was it Ava Raines continues to torture Thea. Thea's just traumatized. She's just trying to live her best youthful life, and she's just scared to death. They call out Duke, saying Duke was the only one to sit here and call out Chase U, saying that Chase U is falling apart. So it looked like there's going to be a match. They didn't confirm that to be a match for a roadblock, but Andre Chase, and I believe they did, because Andre Chase says they're going to give an Andre Chase U ass whooping. And not for nothing, I really, really like Andre Chase. Listen, he stands up for his kids, his students. But who stands up for Andre Chase when he gets his ass kicked? Andre Chase's, there's been so much of Andre's ass juice all over the place because he's been getting his ass kicked consistently. He's been getting dominated. Like, if you listen to the Big Pop Theory podcast, how Edge be dominated Finn Balor. But what did you think about this, Shay Sawyer, about this segment?
Saying that nobody was dominated. Why do you keep saying that about that match? Finn was not dominated. He was not. You keep lying. Okay. Anyways, Duke needs to get his big ass up out of Chase U and find something else to do instead of bullying Thea Hale. That's what he needs to do. And I noticed that he didn't stand on it. He's like, oh, I'll say it to Chase's face. I'll say it to his face. Chase said, you got a problem? What's up? But he came in. You know how Andre comes in? And he's like, oh, say it with your chest. I'm so
well, you know what it is?
Huh?
No. I think 10 points for Duke because, listen, Chase has been getting his ass kicked. He realized that he didn't want to add on to the ass kicking because what has Chase done? Andre Chase has done. I'm going to stand up for the students, but he's laid out on his back. You're not standing up for me. You're laying on your back. Come on. Who wrote this? Who is this? Whoever wrote that, gross. That's gross. 200, a negative 200. Nasty. I don't know whoever did that. Chase U is great. I don't know if he's carrying, but he's a great act. He's tremendous. He's really tremendous. Not that bum juice. Needs to get a big one soon. Yeah, that's my point. He don't win. He says, I'm going to stand up for my school. Okay. How do you stand up for the school when you're on your back? Come on. But I am for Chase U. I am for them. I do hold a grudge against them because they have not accepted my invitation. Because I asked to be a part of there, and he told me I never got back. I don't know why.
True. We're all waiting for this match. I can't wait till the day that Ava Raine gets in the ring. I'm ready to see it. I think she'll be good. I really do.
What about this one? You got JL. He wrote this. What about, because you're a big fan of the Judgment Day?
Absolutely not. That is not for her. That is just no. I just don't think that's the same vibe, honestly. It's a lot of yelling. I feel like Judgment Day is a little bit more calm, and they yell when necessary. Thea just yells in general, and that could weaken your lungs, and a big part of Judgment Day is talking. So yeah, I don't think it's a good mix.
And they're not the same act at all. I mean, I know you just said that, but just to agree with you, they're not the same act at all. What you got?
Nothing. I just saw something. It's fine.
We have getting after the Chase U segment, we have Dijak accept Tony D's challenge. I didn't get a chance to see what the rules were for this Jailhouse Rock match.
Jailhouse Rock. Jailhouse Rock. What?
I don't know. And then the name sounds silly to me, the Jailhouse Rock. Like I don't know.
It's not a good name. It's no.
It's no good. It's no good. It's not delivering. It's no good.
It's not good.
No. Mario and Luigi, not
all
big
right,
fans.
Enough.
What was the damn dog's name? Peppy? Was it Peppy? He had a dog. You remember?
I do. I just don't remember his name. What's next?
Well, yeah, because we can't go any further than that. Yeah, he just accepted the challenge. And to give shout out to Dijak, he was in full color. He wasn't black and white. Yeah, Elvis is right there. Elvis is right there. Okay, George, my partner Pepper. It was Pepper. See, it was. Thank you, Jeffrey. I forgot. I was, to be fair though, I was getting ready to call the dog Salt. It was close to calling it Salt. Jane, my sister, and I said the same thing. We got I'm hyped the 6-man tag next week, stealing the show. The next thing we got is Meiko against Zooey Stark. And this match was pretty good. It was solid. I thought the match would be good because these are two great in-ring performers. Zooey Stark has been getting a lot of praise. She had over the weekend, she was at a house show on the main roster where she got praise for Charlotte Flair, which is a big thing. Do you see her being called up this year? It don't have to be necessary after WrestleMania, because that's usually a call like after WrestleMania. But do you see her being called up this year, Zooey Stark?
I think once she wraps up whatever she has going on with Nikita, when she returns, I think that she'll be called up for sure. Yeah.
Just a question. You mentioned that. So, how long is Nikita out for? Did you say how long?
I think it's like 6-7 months, maybe.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't matter. She's been waiting this long. Might as well wait a little bit. Just
well.
wrap it up, leave, and I think she'll be a great addition to the main roster because she just always provides really good matches. She's great in the ring.
Yes.
As I told you, she always gives me the Molly Holly vibe, which is it's a compliment. It's always a compliment. I want to make that very clear. That is a compliment of the highest regard. So
Right. No, she is great. I honestly like the heel turn that she had because I feel like the aggression that she had. I understand that she might not be the most character-driven wrestler, but I feel like she's delivered with her heel turn, if that makes sense. Her heel turn and how aggressive she was. And I felt like it complemented Meiko's in-ring style because Meiko's pretty stiff in the ring. I did like Meiko when she did the frog splash because back in the day, not that I watched it in WCW, but an old clip that I saw when she was in the Mae Young Classic, she did like a frog splash because she didn't have a finisher back in the day. So she did a frog splash. So I thought that was cool. I thought it was a cool callback. But she gets the win with the scorpion kick, which just it is impressive. Just that is so badass. Like Meiko is the kind of girl that not only am I crossing the street, I'm leaving the borough. You are not messing with this woman. We had Roxanne Perez. She was on commentary. Booker T was trying to give advice. Like Booker T has ever been in the ring with Meiko. Booker T is great. I don't know. Black Snow, he is great. He cracks me up. I forgot which match it was because I don't really write down when the commentators talk and stuff unless Vic says something really silly Vic. Let's get that hashtag silly Vic. Booker T says something about but they move the salad, they move the broccoli, but they want the meat. And I sat here and said, I didn't know if I needed to know that, Book, but okay. But
that's literally what I said when I was watching Ant-Man every time Kane came on the screen.
Well, what did he say?
Me and him are like the same, just meat.
I don't think I was paying anything attention King was saying because he was kicking too much ass in that movie.
I was paying attention.
I don't care. Next thing, I just flat out don't care. Jesus. But he did kill. He's having real quick. Jonathan Majors is having a hell of a few weeks because he's gonna kill it in Creed. I honestly wanted to see it because I know it comes out this Friday, but I don't think I'm gonna be catching it this Friday. But I look forward to seeing him in that movie. And that's it right there. No bread, no water, just meat, which sounds dangerous. Like you gotta have some water. You gotta have water. Honestly, you gotta have water. Like, what are you doing? What is he like a camel?
Can you imagine if he said like no water, just like biscuits from Popeyes? Like that's like certified death. You're like literally sentencing someone to death. Why are you laughing?
No, it is because their biscuits are dangerous. I one time tried to have it with no beverage, and I remember I said this, and oh my god! And I thank the heavens because they closed the gates on me. They said, no, it's not your time. So I sat in and said, never again. So yeah, that is dangerous. You ever seen the meme where they said, imagine getting stomped down, they said, go get the Popeye biscuits.
Oh my god, here comes the shenanigans.
Yes!
I can't.
Yes! Highlighted.
Segment.
No!
Oh my gosh.
No! Yes! Come on, let's get that chat going in. Jack Peck's favorite
in the comments.
Jack Peck's favorite son right here. Yes. H-Man has hair. Thank you, George, for trying to fill in. But the true star is here. Thank you, H-Man. I talked about how much I missed you. He's a great man. I don't even think I want to review NXT anymore. I want to praise. I want to praise this man. Listen.
Hold up.
No.
Hold up. We got to.
No. I'm not contractually obligated to do anything.
Oh,
matter of fact, look. Well, no, I do have to be here. I was told I have to be here. But Shawn Michaels is let's highlight this. Grayson Waller, Justice for Waller. He's been calling out Shawn Michaels for the longest time. And we have a tweet here. We have pictures, and I apologize because we haven't been utilizing them. But let's talk about this tweet right here. If it ever goes up. Did it go up? Okay,
yes.
Here we go. I'm sorry.
You want to read it? You want me to read it? You want to read it?
You're more elegant at reading. Please take the floor, madam.
Period. Every day. Okay, I'm going to read how he might have said it.
Okay.
Every day I focus on the development of young men. The win of NXT. I had my time in the spotlight. Now that attention should be directed on these incredible superstars. Smile. However, knowing Grayson's behavior will only get worse, and against my better judgment, I accept the invitation to be Grayson Waller, be on the Grayson Waller at Roblox. Smile. Promise to be as professional as I can be. Smile.
This is that round of applause. That was damn good because that was right. There wasn't enough heavy breathing where you go, but yes, he's going to be here next week, and he's going to be on the Grayson Waller effect. A lot of people are thinking that maybe Michael's come out of retirement, which I hope not. I think that he. Shout out to him. I forgot how long ago was it. It was like 5-6 years ago. Forgive me, because wrestling to me is just so like I might say a year ago, and it wasn't a year ago. But when he had that match with she did a great job. But when he had that match, it was DX against the Brothers Destruction. Honestly, he was the best thing in that match. No, we don't. Not at all. Not at all. Matter of fact, I wish you were still stuck in the quantum realm. Yeah, absolutely. How dare you sit here and speak for me? Listen, well, I don't know if you can listen because I don't know how does the quantum realm work? Because you were stuck there last week, Captain. You was stuck there. How'd you get out?
I had to rebuild some stuff, and I threatened one of those beasts down there to help me. That's all. Does Elvis not give Darren vibes though?
What kind of vibes?
Does he give Darren vibes a little bit? Modoff?
Oh my god! Oh yeah, no, he just a long face. Yes, absolutely. With little legs and little arms. Yeah, absolutely. I can imagine being just a floating face and then sitting there saying, "It's too late. I'm a dick." It's never too late to stop being a dick.
It's never too late to delete this as well, Elvis. Oh, I will tell you that as well.
Damn, she's on fire tonight. She's on fire tonight. She's on fire tonight. We got some laughter. We hope you guys having a good time. Hey guys, we don't have any commercials going. So listen, real quick. You're watching Unpopular View, the NXT edition. I'm Bad Guy Jack. I'm joined with the great Captain Shaykespeare. And if you're enjoying this, give us a like. I don't know how Facebook works anymore, so give us those likes, give us emojis, all those things. Those things are great. If you're on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. Hell, even a thumbs down. Tell us what we did wrong so we can improve. If you're on Twitch, thank you for watching us on Twitch. If you're on Twitter, thank you. Whatever you're watching us on, we say thank you. We hope you guys are having a good time because we're having a blast. And we're going to continue this review show. She's tremendous. Let's do that.
Look at you being a hater, Elvis. Look at you.
Wait, what'd she do? Oh, he's trying to be disrespectful. Let me tell you something. How about no. You've done great. Let me take the floor. Let me tell you something. Nobody attacks my partner. I know I give her a hard time, but I'm the guy who gives her a hard time. Listen, Elvis, you're like 4'11" on a good day. If a raindrop fall on you, you're injured. Shut up. So how dare you come and attack the captain? If you continue to piss me off, if my blood pressure goes through the roof, guess what you're going to get? A bad guy ass whipping. And it's not going to be much because all I got to do is step on you. Or when I'm at work, I just run over the water bugs with my cart because that is just dangerous. And they break into many pieces, which is gross. No, I'm not ignoring you, Warman. I see you. No. Hold on, Jay. We're gonna get to you in a minute. I see you. You're part of this. We're gonna win the trios championship. I like how Elvis is just trying to grow. Elvis, no, you're not. You're not 5'3". No, you're not. And even then.
What is the next segment, though?
I was really enjoying roasting him.
I know you were.
You know, I made some scallops yesterday. They were really good. I didn't burn them. But what was the next segment? Okay, let's get back on track. I apologize about that, folks. We have the Creepers. They're looking for a third person. I thought this was hilarious. They went to Damien Kemp. I want to make sure because I mix up my Damiens and Damons. Damien Kemp. And this guy is, thank you. He's such a jerk, man. Like this dude is such a jerk. He's posted like this. He reminds me of Roger Clarks from Doug. It's just always missing with the leather jacket and the bacon hair. Because that hair was bacon. And they approached him and they said, "Hey, look, man, we need someone as ruthless as you. We need a third person. Will you join us?" And at first, you kind of think that he's really going to join them. And I was like, "Oh, I'm kind of worried because Damon Kemp when he had that match, I think it was Axiom, right? And he did. I mean, it was so good. I really want to see more of him. I don't know necessarily as a babyface, but I just want to see more of him.
Yeah, that
and
Elektra Lopez German
yes,
ate me up. I loved it.
And more on NXT because I don't watch Level Up, so I would like to see. That's a fair question. That's so fair, but at the same time, there's a familiarity with them, and at the same time, he even said it. We killed it in a lot of them 6-man tags, so I can see why they did it. But Damian Kip says, "Nah, F yourself, right?"
Yeah.
To which Julius is really upset. I gotta give it up to Braun. I know I give him a hard time. You know what it is? You know what it is? It's just I don't like not being acknowledged for the same muscle definition as him. What?
What are you talking about right now? What are you talking about? Where's these muscles? Did they get lost in the quantum realm?
Don't steal my joke. It's rude. That was so mean. They didn't get lost. That was rude. I'm hurt. I don't even know if I want to continue anymore.
You need to get on the Jonathan Majors diet.
No. It was the bad guy thing. I taught him. We trained together. We trained. I said, hey man, you got to stop doing 10 push-ups. You got to do like.
I agree, Jay. I agree.
Beat them 3-1.
Yep.
Shut up. No, all by himself. He would have beat Indus Sher by himself.
Yep. I'm standing on it.
Well, that's not much to stand on. You're standing on a pebble because you're still in the quantum realm. So we have Braun comes out, and I dig this. He comes out as the babyface champ, and he says, hey, you guys need a third? And they said, yeah, we could really use a third. And he's like, yeah, I'm in. I'm joining you in. Where my dog's at? And I popped for that. I laughed. I said, okay, Mr. Breaker, all right. And Judas is so mad. He's like, yo, you're a son of a bitch, dog. Because, like, I just embarrassed myself trying to ask Damian. You could have been a second earlier. I thought that was fun. I thought it was great. I think the three of them as a team is going to be really interesting. It's something about them that they complement each other. So I look forward to seeing them three as a team. And not for nothing, they are going to dominate Indus Sher. I already know. Or better yet, they're going to dominate Jinder Mahal. What did you want to add anything to this segment, Kat?
No, I'm just really excited for this match, and I'm glad. I think they want to just give Braun a break. And even when he was like there on the screen, you could hear the dry haters in the audience trying to get their booze in. It's like, shut up.
Did you hear? I didn't hear it, but you heard them.
I'll be listening for it because I already know what type of time they be on. I listen for it, so I can complain about it later, like a real wrestling fan.
You know what? Let's give the people what they want. Where my dog's at? You ready? Let's give them what they want. You ready?
Hold on, let me. My hair back.
Tell me when you're ready.
I'm gonna rub it real quick. Make sure. Okay.
Ready? Was that what happened? That dog stepped on the nail? What happened? Just round of applause. That was good. Good job, madam.
Oh, God.
But we have Sol Ruca against Elektra Lopez. Sol Ruca has been getting a lot of praise the last 2 weeks. You know, she had those vignettes, and a lot of praise. A lot of praise. I saw some online with there's a lot of hope for her to be on the main roster. And I see her being on the main roster, but somebody told you in private, like, yeah, let's not rush that. Like, let her get some more reps in NXT. Let her keep developing. I remember in the beginning, everyone was a big fan of her because she showed that she has an athletic ability. And her athletic ability is crazy. But it's just putting everything together, you know, like putting everything together and, you know, putting your match together. So that's why I say, like, yeah, I see her on the main roster, but I take your time with her. I don't think next year she don't have to be on this year. Maybe next year because, you know, she might be totally ready, but I just don't think it needs to be this year. But she gets the win over Elektra Lopez. Elektra Lopez, she comes out with Valentina, and it looks like that team is totally done because she tries to get Valentina to give her the brass knuckles, but Valentina, she's a good gal. She's a good girl. She don't want to do bad things. So And shout out to one captain, because this is something you called, and then please take the floor. You mentioned last week in a tweet, when you're in a match with Sol Ruca, stay away from those corners.
I did.
And what did Booker T say, Captain? And take the floor.
He just doubled down on what I said. Stay away from the corners. And Elektra should have thought about that. She was so busy, worried about Valentina. It didn't go her way. But Valentina, what are you doing? Like, what is the end goal here? Like, I thought she was going to turn heel, because right now, honestly, she needs it, because it's just like, she doesn't have a spark right now with her, her story. She has no spark. So maybe being a heel might have been better. But, I mean, she got a good reaction from knocking out Elektra, so we'll see where that goes. But there is just it's too many cooks. It's too many cooks. Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah, I don't. It would have been interesting to see what her and Elektra could have been as a duo. But let's see what happens as a babyface. I don't really necessarily have a big say in anything that happens further, but Sol Ruca gets the win. She's supposed to be still feuding with one Zooey Stark, so she had to get the win. Was forgotten, to be honest. I totally forgot about that. And we got also to, at least she used the brass knucks by Jeffrey. Yeah, she finally used the brass knucks. Just, I don't think Lopez expected to be used on her. That's all. She didn't expect that to be a thing. There was this vignette with Gallus, and they were at a bar. They did Gallus things. They were drinking, and they beat up people. I like Gallus. I like Gallus. They're just no nonsense. And then you have on the opposite side, Pretty Deadly, who they wear their bright outfits. I mean, they got some good fashion. I'll give them that. They have really good fashion. They talk about how they won up them last week and showed their aggression when they beat up Gallus last week, to which there was a tweet with Drew McIntyre saying Pretty Deadly going to get their receipt next week, saying that Drew Gulak, he knew Gallus for over a decade, and they had no one to mess with. And
you mixed the Jews up.
I did mix up the Jews. I'm sorry. I was trying to catch because I felt I was going to have a cough, but they said Pretty Deadly is going to be seeing Gallus next week. Do you want to add to that real quick as I catch on my cough?
I hope Pretty Deadly wins. I don't think they will, but I still would hope it, because I'm always cheering for Pretty Deadly, because they will outdress their opponents and beat them up. That's all I can ask for. And their outfits tonight, like, the streets are alive tonight. I'll tell you that much.
It's that damn Vin Diesel. I'm telling you. It is Vin Diesel. I'm telling you. I'm trying to get this petition going so for me to be the final boss in the final Fast and Furious, because I'll take him out. Like, easy. I'm tired of Dom Toretto.
Yeah, me too.
I already know. I already wrote the ending script. I suplex him off a spaceship, and we land into a parking lot, and it just explodes, and then it just says directed by Michael Bay. With Morgan Freeman in the back, and that was the end of Dom Toretto. Family forever.
You know, it would make it better if you guys fall into the NXT parking lot, and then the infamous attacker is there, and that's like the final fight. He helps Vin Diesel. You have to take him out, or her.
I don't want to really put over Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. Like, I'm just not a fan of that. If you went back a few years ago, because you remember in 2020 when Legado del Fantasma was first forming, and there was just a bunch of masked men just beating up people and throwing them in the SUV. I would be for that, and then it just ends.
It was a chaotic time, I will say.
That was wild. That was hilarious. But next segment, we got Katana Chance against Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton was the one sitting there. She called out. She'd been playing detective. She said, hey, when Nakia Lyons went down, you guys were there. When Wendy Chu went down, you guys were there. So Tiffany Stratton might be on to something. One Tiffany Stratton. You know, she might be coming off as a heel, but she might be on to something. Katana Chance getting in the ring with Tiffany Stratton. And just to sum it all up, this was just to give Tiffany a win. She wins. She defeats Katana Chance, I apologize, after Al Ladon and Alba Fire interfere. throwing her off a game. Tiffany Stratton wins with the PME. I like the play on the word because best movesault ever, prettiest movesault ever. It's great.
Yeah.
I like that. But after she wins, she says, I don't care who wins at Roadblock. She wants to go for the NXT Women's Championship. So why don't you take the floor, madam?
I mean, I didn't expect it to be this soon, but I guess it's like, what can you do? Like, she has nothing really going on, and I guess people are like, it doesn't make sense for her to not go for the main title because I mean, Tiffany is very like, she's great. I'm sorry, I will say she is really great. Mm-hmm. She's really good in the ring. She's great with her character work. She's great on the mic. She has a great look. Like, she literally is just like the total package. So it just doesn't make sense for her to not go for it. But again, I want Roxanne to have a long reign, but then also Tiffany is just, she could have that title right now. That's how I feel. So it's like very hard because I really do want Cora to be the end game. It's another thing, like it's the whole thing like Braun and Carmelo again, but with the girls this time. It's like you see the clear picture of how it needs to end, but there are so many people who kind of like, they make it difficult because it could be them. Kind of like with Tyler Bate. I look at Tyler Bate, I said, I could see him taking the title off of Braun. Easy. Easy. That's how I feel about Tiffany within this Cora. It's very difficult, okay? But either way, I'll be happy with whoever gets the title from Roxanne, but I think that'll be ways away from now.
I would keep Tiffany away for the title because I do agree with I do want Roxanne, not to say like she has this year reign or anything like that, but just a few months with it. Because I feel like at the end of the day, Tiffany is the end goal. I had Cora for a period, but I don't even know what Cora is at the moment. I mean, she's not hurt or nothing, right? I just don't know where she's at. So
I don't think she's hurt. I just think that they're trying to keep her away because the more you have Cora on the show, they're going to be like, well, why isn't she going for the title? It's the same thing with Tiffany. It's like, it's better to just have her off for now and people pining for her than having her on the show and not really having a place for her because we already know where her place should be. It's really difficult.
I would, if I did anything with booking, I would keep Roxanne champ and maybe give Tiffany the title somewhere in the summer. I don't know what to do with Cora because I just haven't seen her a lot, but I would do that with Tiffany. Just so Cora, I'm sorry, mixing these names up. Roxanne, just so she can have a little bit of a run. But we'll have to wait and see how everything goes. Because then Deliver is coming up, and it makes you wonder if they're going to go with Tiffany. And if they go with Tiffany, and not to say if Tiffany goes for it, she don't have to win right away. She could, go and have a great showing. And then at the next NXT show, that's a showcase, NXT event, pay-per-view, however you want to call it, PLE, they could probably put the title on. So we'll have to see. We got Jessica. She says, I know I love Cora.
Same.
We got Women's Division heating up. Everyone wants to chat. I gotta say about the NXT Women's Division. They give these women a lot of times, a lot of these shows that we've been reviewing has been a lot like predominantly women, which is great. I'm for it. So good stuff. And what
makes it even more terrifying is that Sol Ruca is like climbing up the ranks, and so it's like that's gonna be another person to look at, and then it's just too many people. It's too many. Like NXT, their women's division is superb.
We got George. He said, "What about Indy Hartwell?" And I agree with Jeffrey where he says Indy's in limbo. I'm sorry, Indy's in limbo. I think that Indy has been the gatekeeper. She's just been there to put over all the talent. I don't know if she ever has a run with. I mean, there is still a story there. You could totally do a story where she's like, I've been with NXT for years, and everyone has already counted me out. But I've been here. I've been putting in the work, and I'm going to prove to these girls who, I mean, Indy's not old. She's not an old girl, but she could do the story of, I'm going to show these young girls that I still have it. Because, that one episode of NXT, she said, I'm so old. And I forgot what girl said, Indy, you're like 27.
Right.
I sat here and said, shut up. I'll be 35 this year. I said, shut up. What?
I'm being silent and I'm being attacked for no reason. I'm not even talking.
Who attacked you? I'll get on them in a heartbeat. Who did it?
Warman.
You did a great, Warman. Thank you.
That's so sick. Okay.
No, Warman is he's part of the Jet Pack community. We don't attack.
This.
Please don't.
I'm gonna get it back in blood.
Please don't. Whose blood? Oh no. Damn. So we have Axiom against Hank Walker. I immediately said Hank Walker is winning this, actually. I thought Hank was going to dominate Axiom because Axiom did not have his turtleneck, but Axiom proved that he don't need his turtleneck. Hey, listen, they're trying to do something with Hank. Does Hank look like he lost weight? Because not that he was like some fat slut.
You get yourself together.
Now I'm together. I asked you a question,
No,
and then you did the shoulder slot like this. Like,
I said, I don't know how much he weighs. I don't even pay attention to him because he gets on my nerves so much. Just putting his nose in business that he doesn't belong. Sick of him.
I'm sorry because I'm such a visual person. So when she said his nose, I image his nose like, you know, you're in a McDonald's and you just see this nose in the McDonald's. Like, why are you here? You know, you're very disrespectful to the great Hank. Not Hank Penn, but you know, Hank.
We have a confirmation below from
It was short, but action-packed match. Yes, Hank did lose weight. See, I thought so. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you for helping. Thank you, Jessica. You're part of the Jet Pack community. We're gonna send you a shirt. Shay's Warman. Shay's gonna. Yeah, you gotta be careful. Yeah, she once told me at a wrestling show she was gonna yell at me. I apologized, and she said, "I don't care." So when you hear those words, you gotta run.
Liar.
But Axiom gets the win. He beats Hank, but there's a sense of respect at the end. Axiom says, "Yeah, you belong," which was cool. He gives him his props. I didn't see this. Matter of fact, we do have a picture. I feel so bad, but why don't you give some thoughts as I look for this picture? Oh, it's right there. Oh, there you go. Thank you. I had to look. I said, and I remember asking you. I said, "Is that script?" And you said, "Yeah." And I said, "Yes, you could say he changed the script."
Nasty work.
Oh no.
You deserve to be banned from the internet.
Oh no. Why don't you give some thoughts before you ban me?
Why is he there in his Asgardian best?
Stop it, you. Stop
that
it,
outfit, he needs to change it. It's literally causing me pain. It's like it feels like a threat every time he comes out with it. I can't. I don't like it.
First off, we don't attack Asgardians, all right? Like, how dare you? First off, they have style. Script has print or fonts. I don't know what that.
We don't attack Asgardians. I guess Thanos did not get that memo.
Thanos didn't care. Thanos was like Goldberg on an episode of Nitro. Just didn't care.
I'm so sorry, guys, but I just saw Ant-Man, so like my brain is literally just Marvel right now. I fell asleep last night watching freaking Infinity War. Like it's in there.
No, that was really good. What'd you like better, Endgame or Infinity War?
Infinity. It was more upbeat.
Infinity was more. Thanos won. What are you talking about?
The other one, Endgame, was just being all sad. It was Natasha crying with her half ombre hair and freaking Captain America. Oh my god, I can't with him. I
hate Captain America.
It gets better. You just got to go out. I would smack him if I was in that room with him, trying to tell me some advice on how to get over if my family was snapped away. Just you got to walk out.
No, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about Steve Grant Rogers, all right? Because let me tell you something. In that one movie of Age of Ultron, right, he tries to give this inspirational speech, which he does a good job at. He does. Sometimes I sit there and say, yeah, I do want to punch a wall. But he sat here and he was like, oh, if you fall down, you get up. If you're injured, you get up. If you're dead, you get up. Steve, that's not how this life works. If I'm dead, I'm seeing the ancestors. And I'm sitting there cursing you out because I believed in your crap. You know what, Grant Rogers? You suck.
Right.
let's carry on before I go any further. But yeah, Endgame was pretty sad. Although we got that amazing end clip with all the heroes together, it did make you that clip was so great. I still want to know what Spider-Man was webbing on because he was webbing and I didn't see what he was webbing on. But whatever, that was great. And also, why did Tony have to die? I'm sorry, I will say that every day.
Because we will be talking about this for 20 minutes.
Why did Tony have to die? But the next thing we have. After Axiom and after Axiom dominate Hank Walker, we have the match that we knew was going to be good. Tyler Bate against Carmelo Hayes. Let's get that picture up. I wanted to make sure we utilize these things. But yeah, we had this. I thought this was going to be definitely match of the night. I figured this would be good because these two are just great. Tyler Bate, Carmelo Hayes. Sorry about the sniffles. Tyler Bate in the beginning, though, he kind of gets a close pin. I was about to say, oh, they changed the game up because I already said Carmelo Hayes is winning. Carmelo Hayes is going for the NXT Championship. He needed to get this one. He's the one going for it. I was saying for the longest time, Melo needs to be the one to take the title of Braun. And when you look at all the people that Braun has beaten a lot of names, with Tyler Bate being one of them, I would look forward to a rematch with them. But with Stand and Deliver being like their WrestleMania, it had to be Hayes. So Hayes getting the win made sense. Trick Williams did some Trick Williams stuff. He interfered, but Tyler Bate hung in there. He did some big bop. He did is it called the big bop or the bop? He punches you in the face. You know.
It's like the bop bam. It's like
the bop bam. Thank you so much.
It's definitely a bop though.
It is a bop, and I know because Trick was like this. It was a bop, but he bopped oh my god, he bopped Trick. It was a good match. I kind of wish though they did give him time, but I feel like a little bit more time it would have been something. I just selfishly for me, I just wanted a little bit more time with this match, but it was good. It was good for what it was. Carmelo Hayes get the win. He hits that flying kick. And beats Tyler Bate. Captain, what did you think about this match?
I loved it, and I do agree they needed more time. Like, I was so mad when they came out. I'm like, so what are we gonna do right now? I'm trying to remember the last time they did that. I think it was for Mandy Rose when she lost her title. I was like, they giving them 2 business minutes to do this match. Like, it was like such a short amount of time they had. And again, they do a match that they heavily promoted that was such a big deal all week, and it gets like barely any time. You could have cut something. I swear you could have cut Grayson in that pool talking nonsense. You definitely could have. I could have done with that you could have cut Hank. Yes, we got 2 Hank segments. No, we got 3 because he was in the brawl. 3, and you couldn't give me the right amount of time for this Carmelo versus Tyler Bate match. Priorities is crazy, and they're off. That's how I feel.
And when she does like this, yeah, it's but yeah, I do wish it had a little bit more. I do feel like some things could have been cut. But it was good for what they got. I felt like it was a little tease, and hopefully they revisit this match at like a PLE because I think these guys could go out there and kill it. Hank is a star. NXT could have ran over, but I do appreciate that they don't. I guess part of me could just say I could appreciate them not going over. Like, what was the overtime? Like maybe like 5 minutes, 6-7 minutes, or something like that.
I think so.
It wasn't like a drastic thing, so I could appreciate that. We got Jessica. She mentioned and this, yeah, and Jack. Remember the last week, Trick Williams did come out with Melo to support. Yeah, Melo. Trick is a good friend because he really went out to support his friend. Unlike Melo, who I still praise. Melo, but
let's talk about that. That's something I think that's gonna come up later on in their relationship. I feel because it is a lot of times that Trick do be just on his own with certain matches, like, and Carmelo gets more of the support from Trick. Like, I don't know, it's a little bit of, it's not balanced on the support scale, and I think that's something that's gonna come up. Somebody did you see the tweet someone put? Well, it was a Facebook post. I don't have Facebook anymore, but it was a Facebook post that was so crazy that it was screenshot and put on Twitter of someone saying that Trick is like better than Carmelo, and I don't know if I can say anyone's better than anyone because it's like everyone has
It's
their
subjective. It's
strengths.
subjective. It's subjective.
Right, exactly. But to say that Carmelo doesn't deserve to be in the spot that he's in and like all these things, it was just like I get you guys want to get your tweets and your hot takes, but like sometimes y'all take it too far.
Well, you know what it is. A lot of people, you know, I'm brand new to Twitter, right? So I haven't run into the dark hole that is Twitter, and some people just want to make those controversial posts, tweets, whatever you want to say, and be like, "Yeah, I did that. I did that." You know, we got congratulations to Becky Lynch and Lita. You know, but they cheated. I'm just gonna throw it out there. They cheated. They cheated. Yep. The seeds are being planted. Trick is going to be bringing that up. Yeah. And I mentioned last week that it's something that when they do it, have a slow build with it. Don't have it where, because I see Melo beating Braun for the championship. I personally see that. And don't have it like right there and there. Trick's like, yeah, well, you wasn't really a good friend. No, let it be a slow build. Let it be a slow burn into it. Like they're planting the seeds. Let's wait. Let it get some water, some sun, and all that other scientific stuff. So then when we get the big explosion between these guys, that Michael Bay is somewhere sitting there going, yeah. You know, I just think a slow build is just much needed. But I love the both of them. They work well. Absolutely. I don't even want them to break up, honestly. Such a great duo. They complement each other. You know, when NXT 2.0 first happened and these two were together, like I knew who Melo was, you know, because he won that breakout tournament. Trick was new. I didn't know who he was. But when he grabs the mic, the man just delivers. And he's getting better in the ring. I'm really a big fan of Trick Williams. I really want great things for him. He's doing tremendous stuff. And I just want to give him his flowers because the man is really putting in the work and the time. And it shows, man. It shows. I think a double turn would be great. Double turn between who, Jay? Oh, look at.
Jay's talking about Trick and Carmelo, but it's like, you know, obviously, you know, Trick is already heel, but I guess like, you know, having Carmelo be the face, I think that's going to happen gradually and naturally once he wins the title. Hopefully the NXT crowd doesn't start with their foolishness. I say that every time, but I know that they will. But I like to just say it's put out in the universe and hope that maybe they listen.
Okay, so he's saying our double turn. Jay is saying between Braun and Melo, like turn Braun heel. I wouldn't turn Braun heel. I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that. I think Braun is like I said, I give him hell on the show for comedy reasons, but I wouldn't turn him heel.
I'm crying.
Trish's gonna say I dropped you like a mixtape. That's great. That's great. Everyone's telling me that Becky and Lita didn't cheat. Didn't Trish Stratus interfere in this match? Yeah, I think she did. I think they did. Guys, don't try to correct me.
I'm gonna get at you later.
Please don't yell at me. I'm sorry.
Because you're coming from others. At the end of the day, you're coming from others.
I'm sorry. And that's the show.
We gotta do the after show thing.
You want to pick the music and I put the pictures up?
Yes.
All right. Guys, real quick before I go. Guys, you guys are watching Unpopular View, the NXT edition. I'm the bad guy. She's the great Captain Shaykespeare. Captain, next week. What is next week, madam?
NXT Roadblock.
Ooh. And we're going to be here to review it. So you got some music playing before we
I do. Let's try Night Driving.
Ooh, you want to click it?
Never mind.
Yeah, that sounds sad. I'm about to cry. Holy shit. I'm waiting for Korea to go, oh! Let's go into next week is Roadblock. Captain, what do we got here, madam?
We have Andre Chase versus Joe Gacy. Well, like, honestly, this is going to be a mess. A hot, glazing mess. Yes, I said glazing. I don't care. I mean it. I think that Joe Gacy will win because Duke is going to be up to something. Why is Duke even out there? Why does Andre keep bringing him around? He is such a negative energy for Chase U, and he has been no good for them since he came with his sweaty headband.
Well, honestly, let me tell you something, Captain. Duke is there because when Andre Chase is on the ground, he's going to need someone to pick him up. Because Thea is not strong enough to pick up one Andre Chase. Joe Gacy for the win. I'm sorry, but sometimes you just got to put Peroxide on the knee. What's the next thing, Captain?
What?
Sorry.
We have a special Grayson Waller effect. We have hopefully Sean kicks him. I really want him to kick him bad. If he's putting feet on Stan, he definitely has to put feet on this man. I didn't mean to rhyme.
I don't want to see him put his feet on anybody. I don't know what.
No, he needs to. At this point, it's disrespectful. He needs to put his feet on him.
I'm not gonna lie. I will turn the TV off if he put his feet on him.
Turn off the band and put your feet on him, Sean.
The foot community sitting there saying yeah, but I'm gonna sit here and say, Grayson Waller has Shawn Michaels fooled. He's gonna bring him out there and he's going to embarrass Shawn Michaels. You're going to be tricked and taken to the cleaners, Chad Frost. Let's go to the next segment match. Captain, what do we have?
We have the Jailhouse Street Fight.
Jailhouse Rock.
I see Tony winning. Like, I don't know. Like, I just don't see why he would lose, honestly. I don't even know what this match entails, but I just feel like Tony's gonna win. Yeah, Jailhouse, like.
I don't know what to make out of this because I don't even know who's like the baby face in this. Tony, right? Out of both of them, it would be Tony. I feel like with Dijak taking that L at Vengeance Day, I gotta go with Dijak. I can see why it would be Tony, but I'm gonna go the opposite and go with Dijak.
Do you think that it will be some nefarious reason as to why Tony would lose, or is he losing clean?
I wonder, because that's a good point there, because you got Stacks right there. And you brought up some really good points where there was like, you saw like there was kind of like fiction between both him and Tony.
Yeah.
So it makes you wonder if he's like, hey, if we get rid of Tony, I can actually run the family. Mm-hmm. So I don't have a strong opinion on it, but it's kind of in the back of my mind. So yeah, because I don't see Tony losing cleanly.
Okay.
The next one we have, it is the Toxic Attraction finale. We have JC Jane against Gigi Dolin. Captain, what do you got here?
Can we talk about Gigi's render though? Like, it's eating me alive. It's so good. I'm so sorry I didn't speak on it. It's so good. But Gigi is 100% winning. What she's talking about? I'm sorry. Sorry. The Bronx.
All right, New Yorker.
I'm so sorry. But yeah,
right.
Gigi's winning because she deserves to win. Because what JC did was hella wrong and she needs to get her lick back.
As Gigi's trying to get her look back, JC's going to get her kick back because she's going to kick her in the face once again. But Gigi is going to get this win. She's going to kick this off with a W. This is not going to be the only encounter these two have. So I see Gigi getting the first win, JC getting the second. So yeah, Gigi for the W. But that's not the only women's action at Roadblock. What we got here, Kat? If you can unmute yourself.
Damn it! Okay. It's Meiko Satomura versus Roxanne Perez for the NXT Women's Championship. This is very hard to call because I don't see Roxanne losing so early in her reign, but at the same time, they call this woman the final boss, but they just bring her in to take losses so far, and it's just not really, it's not a good look. So I don't know, but I'm gonna say Roxanne's gonna retain, but it's like, it just sucks because Meiko's taking too many big time losses to be called the final boss, you know?
That's a great point. I do see Roxanne retaining, and even if she beats Meiko, I see it being like she wins by the skin of her teeth, not like she dominates Meiko. I definitely see Roxanne retaining. Meiko's she's gonna have a great showing. I would love for her to I honestly would love for her to win. Honestly, I would love for that, but Roxanne's gonna retain. And I don't know if this is going to be the main event, but this is the other match confirmed for Roadblock. We have Braun Breaker and the Creed brothers, where my dogs at, going against Indus Sher and Jinder Mahal. Let's be real here. The All-Americans, Braun Breaker and the Creed brothers, are going to dominate Jinder Mahal. They're going to get their win back, the Creed brothers. There's a series going on between them and Indus Sher. So, yeah. And they got Braun Breaker, who is pretty much Thor. Sorry, there's been a lot of Marvel references, but he's practically Thor. Captain, what do you think?
I mean, Braun's not losing, period. So that's just that. Braun is not losing. That's it. I don't know what to tell you, but he needs to win because he needs to still look strong, period. He's going to show. And I also think that Roxanne and Meiko are probably going to main event.
And that would be cool.
That would be cool because that would be something different.
I don't see why not. And I think that is pretty much the whole card. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much the whole card. Let's see. Let's look at some of these chats real quick.
The Creed Breakers. That's actually a pretty good name.
I like that. That was good.
On the spot? Was that on the spot, Jeffrey?
Jeffrey's a smart kid. I said kid. I mean, we're probably the same age, but he's a smart man. We got a lot of people voting for Gigi winning. We got Charmaine saying Shawn Michaels still sexy. Oh.
What? Whoa. What?
Yeah, Charmaine says Shawn Michaels still sexy.
I can't comment on that. I feel weird saying that.
You know, everyone's entitled to their stuff. And that's pretty much the show, folks. But let's do some plugs real quick. And we're going to call it a night. We want to thank you guys for joining us and just partying with us because we said this is a review show, but it's really a party. So we appreciate you guys always being with us on Tuesdays right after NXT. Yep, on the spot. That man is something. That Jeffrey is something else.
Talent.
That's why I've been trying to recruit him. But he just want to be neutral, which yuck. But Captain, why don't we get some plugs for some of the other shows that be happening here on Unpopular Review Wrestling. Let's go. What happens on Mondays at 6 p.m., Cap?
It's Mike Knox with the Perfect Plex Talk Radio. And again, that's Mike Knox with 3 X's. This show is for the intelligent wrestling fan. And he touches on all the current events of wrestling. I know you see Miss Mercedes Moné up there. Like, listen, tune in.
Absolutely.
6 p.m. on Monday.
Ooh, you heard her. What happens on Wednesdays, madam?
Wednesdays, we have the All Elite Couple for the AEW Dynamite Review Show. It comes on directly after AEW, and I literally think you guys should check it out. I think that they always have really great, they have a lot of good stuff that they talk about. Trust me, tune in.
You know, you're doing such a great job. I don't even want to interrupt you. Wednesdays at right after 9 o'clock. What goes on here, Captain?
It's the Flash review. I believe it is this person here, Pooba, See the Superior, and Vic.
Good job.
Yes.
No, that's a great job. You know, you're doing tremendous stuff here, and there's also stuff on entertainment that I'm not totally sure on what they are reviewing, but continue to follow us on all social media platforms, and you will know. But also, Cap, you be busy on Thursdays. Why don't we do what happens on Thursday? What are you doing on
Thursdays? I am strictly women's wrestling talk at 5 p.m. I am doing the Women's Wrestling Army after show with Aisha Lomax, 5 p.m. That is a really good show, you guys. I do recommend watching it. It streams on Brand Army, and also it streams on Pro Wrestling TV. I strongly recommend. And they also have a YouTube channel as well. And at 7 p.m., I will be reviewing NXT with the amazing In Cat We Trust. Definitely tune into there because my thoughts will be more organized.
You know, and speaking of In Cat We Trust, I feel remiss if I didn't mention it. You know, she's a great friend of the show, and I think you guys should follow her. But shout out to her because she has a panel. When is this panel? Why don't you do a review on this real quick? Why don't you talk about it, Kat?
Yeah, the panel is April 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be at C2E2, and this is in Chicago. Definitely. I mean, if you're in the area, definitely come out, for sure. If you live in Chicago.
Yeah.
And just come see us kind of discuss our love for women's wrestling and a plethora of other things as well. So.
And shout out to the captain. She's going to be there. She's going to be one of the panelists on there with a bunch of other talented women. And I thought it was great that we shout these two women out because Kat has been doing amazing things. You're going to be there as well. And I look forward to seeing that. And that is great stuff. It's in Chicago, C2E2. I almost said R2D2. It's been a long night.
That makes a lot of sense, honestly. I probably would have made the same mistake at some point.
But you did a great job, madam. And one last thing, because there's links also to the Women's Talk thing. Check them out check them out, period. They have a lot of great stuff going on. But Thursdays, if you want to see the captain, she's there on Thursdays. And real quick, because you are like the busiest woman in podcasts, what do we have going on for Mondays?
Well, actually, we just put out a new episode reviewing, I believe it was us reviewing, was it Elimination Chamber or was it last week? This was just us kind of going over, wrestling in general. I think we spoke about No Surrender a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, definitely check that out because we just put it out yesterday. But yes, next week, Monday, we have a new episode. We'll be discussing things, getting ready for NXT Roadblock, getting ready for WrestleMania is on the way, guys. Okay, it's almost here. So definitely check that out.
And that's fantastic. Great job. Thank you guys for tuning in. It is 11:30 at night here where we're at, but we want to get see some of the chat here. We got the Creed brothers. We got laughter. You guys are nice today. We're nice today.
I'm sorry. Hassan came in while we were doing the after show for next week song thing, and I just want to say hello. And I'm so glad you stopped by as well.
We got I will try to drink some ginger. Because I'm really sick, but I appreciate that. We got I can't choose between two great hosts. Jane Foster, Will Thor's Hammer, and Thor. Yeah. But I lost respect for Monier when Steve picked it up. I said a very not nice word. I won't say that, but I follow her. She's great. Shay No Day Off Sawyer, and that's the show, folks. We appreciate you guys. Thank you, and we hope you guys have a great night. And Captain, I always got to sit here and give you the floor. Any last words before we go home?
Ant-Man did his big one. He did. He's a real Avenger now, like for real. He did his big one.
He was always an Avenger. Like, what do you do? We're gonna argue after this. So that's the show. Cap, Marty said good night to the lovely people. Good night, lovely people. Guys rock. We appreciate you guys joining us for a fun NXT review show. And we say, that's all, folks.
Meet!